Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and as you can see, it is Paydirt review time. And today we're going to be reviewing Whiskey Pete's, an eBay seller, and this is his 5-pound bag. It's from the Belmont area in Arizona, and let's weigh it up real quick. Make sure it is 5 pounds. There you go, 5 pounds, 3.7 ounces. It does come in a Ziploc bag, but it was double bagged inside of a Tyrex bag. So it does come double bagged at least. Then it was packed into priority mail envelope, and that's how it was shipped. Decently well packaged. I'm not a huge fan of when they ship Paydirt in those envelopes, but it was double bagged in a Tyrex bag. And those Tyrex bags are notoriously really hard to tear or break. So let's get to the Paydirt, and we'll do the description. Going to do something a little bit different in this video. I'm just going to flash up the description and let you read it, save me from stuttering, smuttering, and messing up stuff, and cut down video length. So I'll let you read it now. All right, finished reading. And also included in this was this little note in the Paydirt, and I'll read some of it. It's straight from some of my favorite Arizona gold spots. This raw Paydirt is bagged on site from riverbeds and banks under both large and small boulders and other places where gold loves to hide. Learn to pan for gold or sharpen your skills with 100% genuine Whiskey Pete's raw Paydirt. And then they do tell you how to pan it, or tips for panning. Pan over a catch pan, repan, use sunlight, search YouTube on how to pan for gold. But I love the bottom one. Pete's does not recommend using a spiral wheel or other mechanical recovery equipment. They lose too much fine gold. Panning is still the best method. And that is why I only use panning when I do my Paydirt reviews. If I use equipment reviews or mail calls, yes, maybe I might use some equipment. But for Paydirt reviews, I only pan everything that I recover. One, not only do I think it's a better method, I think you can, with time, get all the gold out that you wouldn't be able to get out of a sluice or spiral wheel, as they claim. But also, 90% of the people that start this hobby are only going to have a pan. It's the simplest and the cheapest way. So that's how I do it, and most of my viewers do it that way. So let's listen to some music and classify this down. There you go. Everything's been classified down, and as you can see, it's pretty equal amounts. Maybe a little bit less than this one, but not really. I mean, it's pretty good here. I was worried at first that there was going to be a lot in the plus 10, but it doesn't look like it. I did see some minerals in here. I guess it's turquoise, if I can get it, but very small pieces. I did see one or two. As you can see there, but nothing to write home about. Let's see if there's any magnetics in this. And as you can see, this stuff is incredibly silty. I will have to take my blower and blow off this whole area. And not this area, but, all on the sides over here, everywhere it floated up on top of my camera and everywhere else. Because this stuff is just bad. I will wipe down the table and get everything into these pans when I'm panning. But let's see if there's any magnetics. A little bit, not too much, considering the amount of material here. Really not too much. Check out the larger stuff. And again, really not that much. Let me get off the... that's pretty much it. So, all right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go pan this out and see what kind of gold we get. Well, Finished painting everything out, and I have to say that was some pretty nasty pay dirt. In the plus 10, minus 10, plus 20, there was a lot of organics. I mean, my sink down here is still full of organics. And then once you got down to the minus 20, plus 40, minus 40, it was silty and really difficult and muddied up the water. So in the end, I had a mud pie covered with sticks. A real pain to pan out. But let's get to the gold and what I found. In the plus 10, I found nothing. Absolutely nothing here. So nothing in the plus 10. In the minus 10, plus 20, I found no gold again. As you can see, nothing there. So that was pretty disappointing. In the plus 10, I really didn't expect to find anything, but I was thinking maybe one piece in that, but nope. And then I got to the minus 20, plus 40, and I did find some gold. A nice little pile there. I don't know how much it's going to weigh. I will say every pan I found some gold in this. So this part of the pay dirt was actually fun. Even though it was really muddy, still had a little bit of organics in it. It had gold. So I was happy. I was finding gold in every classification. And then I got to the minus 40 and found even more gold. Now, not a ton of it. I don't even think that's enough to budge the scale. And I will say too, is most of this stuff is probably just under minus 40. This is minus 50 at top. So pretty big stuff. It wasn't any really, really fine stuff. So pretty easy to get out except for the silt that was in there. So let me put them over here, get my dimes out, and then we're going to weigh this up and see. I don't think, like I said, that minus 40 is going to budge the scale, but we're going to find out. Let's weigh it up. So in the minus 20 plus 40, $0.145. We're going to call it that. Gold wants to stick today. All right, and now for the minus 40, which again, I don't think is going to budge the scale. Maybe 0.005. No. Nope, not going to budge it. Maybe with this, it'll add up to one. That little average will get it to 0.150. We'll see. Yep, there you go, 0.150. So I'm going to be right back with my ROI and my review. All right, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review. Let's get to it. Again, this was from Whiskey Pete's Gold, an eBay seller. It was his 5-pound bag. It had no guaranteed gold at all. Its cost was $19.50. Shipping was $9.95. So total cost right there, $29.45. Now the gold I recovered right here is 0.150 grams of gold. Gold spot on the day this was received was $43.13. So this here gold's value is $6.47. Which means my ROI is a dismal 22%. Ugh, just horrible. 22%? Really? Come on. My scale is a 2.2. Now, for fun factor, normally I would give it a 2, but I'm actually going to give this pay dirt a 3. I'm actually going to move up a little bit, even though there was not a lot of gold in any of the classifications except for the minus 20 plus 40. It had organics. It had a lot of silt. But the reason I'm bumping it up just a little bit is because of the description. This description this seller posted just makes you think that you are searching unsearched ground and that you might find, a nugget, you might find a picker, you might find good gold, you might find bad gold, because he clearly states in his description you might find no gold. And that's why he's got the no guaranteed gold at all. So, but it does make you think you have that chance. So it made it kind of fun where you're panning it saying, oh, am I going to, especially when I got to the minus 20 plus 40, and I was finding gold in every pan. I didn't know it was going to peter out, and the minus 40 was pretty much going to be nothing in there, but You know, it gave me that hope. So I'm bumping it up a little bit. Now for Paydirt description, I'm going to give this an 8. Now I would normally probably give this one a 10 because he's got a really detailed description. I love that. The only problem is I personally don't think it's all kosher. Now what am I talking about? Well, here's part of his description. Our unsearched panning Paydirt comes straight from the ground, unprocessed. It is not dredged or sluiced concentrates. We do not seed our Paydirt as some others do, and you have the same chance of finding gold as we do. Now, that would make you think, like I said earlier, why I thought it was a little bit fun, is that you believe this is unseeded Paydirt and that you might find something good. Only problem with that is the amount of gold I found. Yeah, my ROI was horrible at 22%, but once I calculated the numbers, and this is 0.15 grams of gold. Now, I searched 5 pounds of Paydirt. If I would have done a ton of this Paydirt, a ton divided by 5 pounds means he has 400 bags of this per ton. And if each bag produces 0.150 grams of gold, it would mean that 1 ton of Paydirt has about 60 grams of gold, which is an astronomical amount of gold. Most good miners are happy if they are finding 4 to 5 grams of gold per ton. And this is 60 grams a ton. If he's got 60 grams a ton, he would be working this material. There's no way he would sell it for 20 bucks, 30 bucks with shipping. If you're on this rich of ground, you would not be selling it. You'd be running it through a giant classifier, running it through a giant sluice, getting all this gold out of there and making a ton of money. I mean, like I said, 60 grams per ton is great ground to be on. So I think personally that this is seeded. I think he seeds just a little bit, and then he tells you it's unclassified and unsearched and all these things, so you're okay with getting just a little bit of gold. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Just personally, my opinion is I think this is seeded Paydirt. I don't believe it's been worked by dredges or anything else like that. I think he's just using very low-grade soil and seeding some gold to it and just not a lot of it. So now for Paydirt quantity and packaging, I'm giving him a 9, 10 for the actual quantity because it was over the 5 pounds stated, and an 8 for the packaging because it was double bagged and the second bag was one of those really tough Tyrex bags. Now for customer service and shipping, he's only getting a 5. Again, a huge failure here. I contacted him once and never got a reply. I waited 3 days and I contacted him again and still no reply within another 3 days. So to me, in total, it was 7 days, including today's me shooting the video. And 7 days is more than enough time to get back to someone, especially if you're actively selling on eBay. So he's getting a 0 for that. Now for shipping, it shipped really quickly. I believe it was the next day it shipped. So I've got no problem with his shipping, but the customer service itself was horrible. So that's a 5 there. So total score for Whiskey Pete's 5 pound bag is a 5.4. So all that's left is for me to flash up the score and give away a 24 karat gold plated dime. So let's flash up the score right now. And now for today's 24 karat gold plated dime winner, it's going to be Mr. Doughboy 356. So Mr. Doughboy 356, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And to everyone else, thanks for watching and happy panning.